Hi, today we're going to look at how we can convert a Notion form into a PDF file. So on the background, I have got a Choir Signup form. So once the user fills in the details for this particular form and they click on submit, the responses go to the responses side of things under this particular database. So as you can see, I have already gone ahead and I've created two submissions from the particular form, and I'm looking to create an automation system where I can create the PDF files and automation from this particular submissions. So let us understand how this automation will work. For this, we'll be using a tool known as PDF Output. PDF Output will help us create the PDF file on automation from a Google document with the help of a Notion database. This will work on anything such as invoices, contracts, reports, certificates, or quotes, or whatever you have on your workspace to create an automation out of. Today in this video, we will only take a look at this particular form, which will be automating through the entire setup. So click on create PDF and quickly sign in with one of your account, and then we will proceed further with the rest of the demonstration. So I have signed in inside the PDF output dashboard. Now you have two options, that is you need to add the Notion database, then you need to add the Google document, and once both the things are added, you can map the properties of the database onto the document to create the PDF file. So first step is adding the database. So click on the drop down, click on add Notion database, and now you need to simply copy the database title that you have over here. So let me copy this entire title of the database, and let's go back to the particular selection screen. Click on next, and you have two options. Either you can use a default template which I've already provided. If you go with this option, it will duplicate a database onto your Notion workspace, which is ideal for testing purposes, and you do not need to add any new database from your end. But this is not required. We're going to add a database from our side, so I will just click on select pages from the second option, and I will again click on select pages, and then it will give us this screen. So now whatever database title you have copied, simply put the same inside the search pages over here. Okay. Once you do that, it will automatically show the form to you. Click on that form and it gets added automatically. So you simply need to copy the database title and put it inside the search pages. So whenever you are adding a new database, always copy the title and put it inside the search pages. That will help you add the database correctly. Do not add the database by selecting these top level pages that you see over here. If you do that, it may take some time to load the database and your experience will not be smooth in that case. So my recommendation to you is always add the database by entering the database title inside the search pages. Besides this, if your database is connected to other databases through relation properties, so let's say Choir signup form is connected to database A and database B through relational properties. So I need to add the Choir signup form. I also need to add the database A, and I also need to add the database B through the search pages. So all the three databases must be added separately, and then only the PDF file will be created with the relation and roller properties which will appear in the database. Okay. So until and unless you do not add all the databases which are connected to each other to the main database, your PDF files created will not have the relation and roller properties appear correctly. Okay. So make sure you're adding all the databases which are used in this proper setup. Having considered all of this, let me click on allow access, and now this will give access to the particular Choir signup form which we are going to use for the rest of the steps. Sometimes the database will not appear in the list, so what you can do is you can simply refresh once or twice and the database will automatically appear, as it takes a little while to load the entire database for our use case. So let me refresh it once again, and we will be able to see the database appear over here. So you can see the Choir signup form appearing over here. Click on this, and now you will be able to see all the properties of the particular database will be loaded up over here. So whatever properties we had in this particular database, it is now loaded up in this particular section, which we can map one by one onto the document and create the PDF file. Okay. So it's time to add the document for our setup. So click on add Google document. You have two different options. You can go with any existing document which you have on your drive. So if you select the first option, it will ask you to add any existing document which you might have on your drive. But since we do not have any existing documents available, so I will add a demo document for our use case which can be used for the automation setup. So now a demo document is being added over here. So what I can do is I can remove these fields which I do not need, and I only need the placeholders from this particular list. So all the placeholders that you have in this particular database, such as question, respondent, address, email, all these fields are automatically mapped over here inside double curly brackets, as you can see. Okay. So when the automation will begin and the PDF files will be created, All the fields that you see inside double curly brackets will be replaced from the values that you see in the particular columns, and the PDF file will be generated. As an example, the first name value that you see in this particular field will be fetched from the first name column that you see over here, and the values will be mapped onto the particular section, and the PDF file will be created. Similarly, last name, phone number, question, all the fields that you see in the database will be mapped, and the PDF file will be generated. So before generating the PDF file, an additional thing to understand is that if you want to manually map any fields, simply click on copy on any particular field. So let's say I want to map the first name, and you can go to the document and use Control V or Command V on your keyboard, which is a shortcut key, and this will paste the property onto the document. Similarly, if you want to, let's say, copy the email property, click on copy over email and paste it anywhere on the document. This will create a live mapping of the fields onto the Google document, which can be used for the automation setup. Since all the fields are automatically mapped, I do not need to do any mapping further. But before generating the PDF file, I need to understand two things. First is PDF file name. So all the PDFs will be generated as per the first name that we have over here. So I want to define the first name in this drop down so that all the files created will be created as per this particular values that we see over here. And besides this, if you scroll to the right side of the database, you have two additional columns. One is generate PDF, one is PDF files. So any record which is set to ready to generate, the PDF files will be created for those specific records, and the PDF files will be stored right over here in the PDF file section. So make sure to mark the records as ready to generate, which you want to create as PDF files. Now let's click on download PDF, and the PDF files will start getting downloaded. It will be stored on your downloads folder, as well as it will be stored in the PDF files that you see over here. So the first file is already out. Let me click on this to see what the output has come out to be. So you can see all the fields have been correctly mapped and everything is in place for the output which has been generated. Let me see the second one. So both the files have been properly mapped with the fields from the database, and they have been correctly created as it is intended to. Okay. It is also downloaded to the downloads folder. Now another beautiful thing to understand about PDF output is once everything is in place, you can simply click on setup Notion automation, and now this will automate the process of generating PDFs forever. So this means you do not need to come back to PDF output to repeat this entire automation and generate more PDFs. What you need to do is once a user clicks on submit from the responses and it gets added up over here, you simply need to mark the records as ready to generate, and the PDF file will automatically be created over here. Okay, so once you click on setup Notion automation, it will create an automation process forever, and the PDFs can be created forever inside this database without you requiring to go back to PDF output to repeat the entire process. So this happens hands-free. As more and more records get added, just click on ready to generate and the PDF file will be created right over here in the PDF file column. So I hope this explanation was helpful to you. If you still have questions, go to the chat bubble at the bottom. Send me a message with your queries on this. I'll be happy to take up any issues that you might have. Or else you can go to the contact section at the bottom of the home page and you can send me your issues through an email. I'll be able to take up those as well. If you want to have a free demo session available, just click on book free demo. I'll give you a free demo